The year is almost over, so it's time to look back and see what was good and what wasn't good about this year. Unlike last year, there is not going to be two videos. I'm just going to mash them both together and hopefully come up with something that's going to make sense. In terms of what was good and bad, I have to really preface this by saying that I didn't get the chance to play a lot of new games this year. Certainly not the big ones, your God of Wars, your Spider-Mans, your Red Dead Redemptions, mostly because those are console games and, well, they're new. I've played very few new games. You've seen most of them on Play Now, and let's face it, on Play Now, I tend to put some games that were released a year or two ago just because now that's when we found the codes for them, or that's when he got them. So this won't really contain that many games in terms of what was good or bad. That's why I'm making one single show instead of two of them. I don't really have much to talk about. I spent most of the year digging through ancient things instead of focusing on the present, and well, the channel kind of died. It's, well, you know, it happens. So let's kick it off with a good thing. Synthetic. I must have said this like 10 times already. This is my favorite game of this year. It's a high-speed yet tactical, action-packed, super fun roguelike game where you control a robot that got taken over by well, I kind of forgot what happened in the intro of the game because the intro was so long ago and it doesn't repeat. All I know is that I've never actually destroyed the heart of Armageddon. I've looped myself to the point where I ran into the jet boss again, and that thing always murders me the second time. But even so, even with all that failure, it is a surprisingly compelling game to play. It's not cinematic, but it does look great. The Legion Rising update added a bunch of new stuff. Again, can't say I agree with all of the stuff they changed with the expansions and some of the patches, but it is still really nice. That it's made in Game Maker. Everything you're seeing in that game, that's not 3D, those are sprites. They made sprites that look that good. So if you got 20 bucks lying around, or maybe it'll be cheaper with the Steam sale that's probably going to be along quite soon, I really suggest that you check a look. You will not be disappointed. Now, bad things. The whole Diablo Immortal thing. Both the fact that Blizzard thought, oh, let's save the mobile game nobody cares about as the piece de resistance, the cherry on top of the cake at BlizzCon on main stage, coupled with the reaction of the media to the public's reaction of, is this a joke? Because Blizzard made a joke about making a mobile game like 3-4 years ago out of Diablo. It's still one of the most tone-deaf things I've seen in ages. Mind you, I've seen Electronic Arts, but let's not dwell on the bad things. Let's instead dwell on the good things. The announcement of a Warcraft 3 remake with remade assets, with remade missions that take into account the changes in storyline that took place in World of Warcraft and the bajillion books nobody reads, giving more of an emphasis to some characters that have become more important, like Jaina and what's-her-face, the one nobody likes now is the leader of the Horde. How is that the leader of a Horde of Orcs? I don't know. Wasn't the Horde just Orcs and Tauren? Why aren't they there? They're bastards. They were there even with Thrall? Yeah, they really need to tighten up their membership. Sylvanas, yeah, that's her name. New game, well, same old game, but new and mod compatible with the previous version of itself. So Dota's gonna work on there probably with some tweaking. And alongside that, the announcement of Command & Conquer remade. Command & Conquer and Red Alert remade by the Petroglyph people, which are people that used to work on the series back when they were at Westwood and Electronic Arts had not yet killed them. It's gonna be awesome. And more announcements, of course. The Stanley Parable Super Deluxe Edition with expanded endings and options. That was one of my favorite games ever made, so this coming, oh, that's gonna be amazing. And of course, the announcement of Tim and Leonard's new baby, Outer Worlds. These people have made together some of the best games out there. And now they're working with Obsidian, well, at Obsidian to make a new game that's gonna be, well, it's gonna be their game. And whenever they make their game, it's awesome. So this one, kind of a high bar to get to, but you know, it's probably gonna be awesome. Probably. Moving to the worst. Microsoft just flat out bought everyone, including Obsidian. I'm putting this as being the worst because I'm thinking a bit long term. In the short term, it's gonna be amazing. Obsidian and Exile, everybody else, they're gonna have the funds, they're gonna have the support, they're gonna have the resources they need to build better games, build greater games, build games as they should be made. In the long term, Phil Spencer's gonna get fired for some reason at one point. I don't know, maybe there's an internal power struggle again in Microsoft. And when he's gone, they're just gonna shut down the studios. They've done this in the past. It's Microsoft. It's a corporation. It's an entity unto itself with its own culture that seeps into the walls of the buildings and then rains down on the people, whether they be old or new. So something bad may happen. But something good did happen this year. Kingdom Come Deliverance was released. I didn't play it, but people have told me that it is amazing, and it was of course totally snubbed by the awards stuff, because I'm guessing it's not American enough. Now in terms of bad things, YouTube. It is consistently worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and horrible and terrible, and oh my god, the world's falling apart, we're all gonna die. But on the bright side, I did get a new camera this year, the FZ2000. It's an amazing camera, I've enjoyed using it so much. I haven't actually made any shows with it in ages because I don't have the time to do so anymore. Should probably gotten a PC instead of the camera, but at the same time, and for productivity, yeah, it would have been nice to have gotten a PC instead of the camera, but just for my own personal enjoyment of going outside and taking pictures of cats and trees, not people. People know that people are kind of upset if you take pictures of them. It's been a blast. I really like taking pictures of stuff. Have I shown you my Pelican pictures? You're seeing them now, so yeah, you've seen them. Speaking of pictures, you know what else has a great picture mode? The Crew 2. Superb, excellent picture mode. That's the only good bit of the game. They released it in June, then it's already free. Free for a limited time, but it's already free, meaning that you're still going to drive alone in this game where you never drive alone. And well, now it's even more of a lackluster hodgepodge of bad ideas that they're not even the funny, good kind of bad ideas that the previous one had. It's a diluted form of the worst versions of it. So it's like they didn't understand anything because Ubisoft no longer has the fear of Vivendi. Ubisoft is free of it. Now it can continue on sucking as much as it wants to. And it will. Oh, it surely will. Going back to the good stuff, ray tracing, man, ray tracing having it enabled in hardware, it's superb. Having actual hardware capable of doing real-time ray tracing, real-time reflections, real-time shadows, actual shadows, not the emulated baked stuff, not even the fake global illumination, no, real shadows, real light propagation, real light scattering, real ambient occlusions, not the fake kind. This is a new golden age of graphics. So moving on to the bad things, ray tracing. It's expensive as hell, even enabling real-time reflections halves at best, halves the frame rate, and there's only one game that supports any of it right now, and it's a multiplayer game, so nobody cares. Great start! I hope this doesn't end like DM ended, because DMM sort of died of similar reasons. But moving on to the good parts, X4 Foundation, Eaglesoft released a new X game. It's not a game like X Rebirth, it's more like X3 and X2, and people have told me that it's kind of unplayable now. Well, it has problems because it's an X game, and for its first 6 months they never are playable. But it's showing so much promise, and I've not actually played it at all. I knew I would not have even time to edit the settings on the controls for it, so I never bothered actually asking them for a review code. I think they would have given it to me, because they gave me one for the last game. I even did an interview with them. Nice people. Really busy people. Like, they know they have a lot of work to do and really don't waste time in doing it. But I've heard it's a very, very nice game. Unlike the game I did get to play this year, Fallout 76, it's like they took the only things that Bethesda was ever good at doing, which is a theme park where you run around and do stuff, and then ruined that by making it always online and only multiplayer and server bound, and well, they removed all the NPCs for the most part. It's minimal effort, the game, with online DRM and microtransactions. You have to pay $5 for a haircut. Woohoo! However, this year we also got Battletech. It's a game that I do have some issues with. I've made myself clear about them to the developer as well, and hopefully they will be fixed with time. But even so, it's an enjoyable game where you can stomp robots. That's what it's all about, people. It's about stomping robots. Actually, no, coming to the worst bits, Battle Royale. Everything's about Battle Royale game. I was okay when the Battle Royale games were about Battle Royale, because that's how things work, but everything is now about Battle Royale. Even PlanetSide is well, technically, if this had happened in PlanetSide years ago, I would have totally gotten it, because PlanetSide is by definition an amazingly big combat game. You by default are playing with thousands of other people killing each other and don't understand what's happening. It's actually kind of surprising that it took Daybreak this long to do it, since they did make H1Z1 King and Kill, which is where this madness started. It's one of the founding steps of this madness. But it's also gotten into Counter-Strike. I mean, Valve, for the 20th anniversary of Half-Life, they made a Battle Royale mode for Counter-Strike, and now Counter-Strike is free. Way to celebrate, Valve. Way to celebrate. You know what does have respect for old games? That publisher called New Bloods. The one that published Dusk, which just came out with the final episode. Dusk is a really cool sort of blood-inspired retro shooter with... Okay, it's blood-inspired in theme, but it's Quake-inspired in gameplay. It's outstanding. It's superb. It's a game you should be playing now. It's not expensive. Go out and get it. Dusk, absolutely do it. Now. Do it now. What you probably shouldn't do now is get a VR set. I kept expecting that this year they would announce more affordable VR sets. And yeah, they did slash some prices, but second gen isn't out. Well, yeah, there's the HTC Vive Pro, but that still costs too much money. I was hoping this year it would get to like 300, 400, like the top tier quality stuff, than the new gen, the one that comes after Oculus Rift and this, but the big companies, especially Facebook, are more interested in screwing over the entire world and making the founders of Oculus quit, or firing them and then paying them off to not say they were fired, rather than developing good VR, because it's Facebook. What else did we expect? And HTC is... Valve seems to be working on something, but who knows? It's probably going to be a Counter-Strike Battle Royale VR game for mobile. That would track. Valve kind of took a licking this year, because one of the best things that happened this year was that Epic Games and Discord launched their own stores. They're not super duper open stores. They're more focused on... let's not get every hentai game on them, but they do give developers a lot more money. Discord just announced that they're giving developers 90%, and Epic is giving them 88%. Compare this to Valve's 70%. It's gonna be amazing. It's like they're just gonna... well, they probably won't flock to that instantly. Well, actually they kinda can, because Discord has an install base of millions. Fortnite has an install base of everybody on the goddamn planet. So there is pull, there is attraction, there is an audience built in there. People will come. People will want to go to there. And it's gonna kick some competition in this field. And competition is good, it's amazing, it's great. It may make Valve think, you know what, maybe we should make a game. And then, well, who knows? Well, we'll see, well, we hope. Worst things, have I mentioned crypto? Now, I want to see if I can express myself properly, because I tend to just ramble and never actually say what I mean. I believe in crypto. I believe in the potential that crypto has to pretty much tear down the banks. Banks have a monopoly on the way that we handle currency. We cannot, well, do it without a bank. You want to buy something with a cashless system, you have to have a bank. Or you have to have PayPal. You have to have a private enterprise that takes money from you and then can decide to maybe not take money from you, and not even getting into the shenanigans banks do with the economy, where they just flat out try to ruin some for profit. That's a criminal system. Any way you slice it, it's a criminal system. But crypto isn't owned by one entity. It's owned by all of us, as long as we manage to have enough independent nodes so that a 51% attack can't happen, because if that happens, well, we're screwed, mega screwed, super screwed. Screwed city, Screwedville. Population, everyone screwed. But let's say that doesn't happen. Crypto is freedom. Crypto is a cashless society that is not a dystopic future. However, the prices went belly up this year, and well, I'm gonna start a new job in January probably. I'm still waiting on a phone call to see if it's confirmed. If it is confirmed, I'm still gonna try and make 3 shows for the channel a month. I'm not sure how free my time will be next year because health insurance is expensive for taxes and stuff. It wouldn't have been. If Steam had just stayed at $4, would have been hunky-dory. Would have been so super duper good. I needed it to be stable, not constantly driving itself lower and lower and lower. Because if I knew it wasn't going to be stable, I would have gotten myself an exercise bike to, lose weight and get in shape. No, I would have just not eaten. That's how you stay healthy, right? The crypto slump stole my dreams of freedom, my dreams of going to Gamescom, of going to Paradox conventions and buying back my blood. That's sort of an in-joke because, at one point they took all of it. Funny thing happened in 2015. It's funny if you define funny as being traumatic. Anyway, good stuff. No Man's Sky no longer sucks. Who could have guessed it? They did it. They actually did something few other developers do. They had success with a shitty game, and then instead of saying, well, you didn't review it right, I'm Randy Pitchford, I founded Gearbox, nee. No, they actually fixed it. They improved upon it. Good on you, Hello Games. Good on you. I won't say the same thing to Axel Voss, who's a European Parliament representative from Germany, who's copyright reform bill is about to be voted in a week or 2 or 3, and it basically bumfucks the entire internet. I'm storing a lot in this video. It's okay. We're not making any money of this video. I'm fine with it. I've made my peace with never having success on YouTube. Yeah, the internet thing is kind of horrible. I'm hoping that the vote that's gonna come forth is gonna be a resounding go screw yourself, but people will vote according to party lines. So unless we can change the party line, pay off somebody in the party, the big European parties, from European countries, are grouped into their own factions, if you will. And those factions have their own agendas, their own directives, their own ways of voting. The current biggest party in Europe, it's really geared towards screwing over the internet in favor of the dying print and traditional medias. It's gonna screw everybody. Me, you, well, me probably not as much because, like I said, I'm not gonna be doing a lot of work on the channel next year. But it's gonna be horrible in the long run for everyone. Everyone. So I'm hoping, against hope, that the next vote is going to be a no. And like I said, I didn't really play that many games this year. I enjoy some of them, but I wouldn't say that they're the best of the year or the worst of the year, or really, well, some of them were noteworthy, but I wouldn't really find a reason to put them in this list. I would, however, say that we also had there was one more very bad thing that happened this year, and that is that we lost John Bain, also known as Total Biscuit. His videos were really good. He was always a level-headed person when it came to talking about video games. Didn't do it for the clickbait, didn't do it for the rage, just because games deserve better, and people deserve better games. And that is a big enough downer to end the show on, so I'm gonna see you guys and gals again probably next year. I actually think that there are more shows in this year depending on when this video goes out. So there may still be the history show and play now, but for the most part, don't forget to participate in the contest that's currently going on, and have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, a Festivus for the rest of us, Happy Saturnalia, and try to be nice and kind to each other because nobody else is gonna be. Goodbye.